All right, we are testing out the Action 5 while driving. I'm wondering if I should have put it into like a wide mode for that versus what I'm doing now. But I wanted to see how it would be recording with this thing while en route somewhere, especially for Comic-Con this weekend coming up. So if you didn't know, first of all, you should be watching the other videos. But we're going to Fan Expo Boston tomorrow, aka Boston Comic-Con. We got this new Action 5 camera, and my truck bounces all over the place, so I'm really curious to see how this looks. Sorry, I keep saying I'm really curious to see how it looks when I upload this video. I said again. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm really nervous this weekend. I don't know what it is. I was about to say I'm nervous now, but I think I'm just nervous for the weekend. It's also my first time recording with this camera while on the road. So I'm just thinking about did I choose the right settings? Did I do everything correctly, etc. But I also slept like absolute dog poop yesterday. It was, again, thinking about Comic-Con, I don't know, every so often I'll get these random, I guess, anxiety moments where I just cannot sleep. I'm thinking about 5 million things and am I gonna mess something up? Am I gonna not get the right footage? All that kind of stupid stuff. Things that I really shouldn't be worrying about, but I worry about it. But there may have been another reason why I didn't sleep. Maybe I had sensed a disturbance in the force. Oh, by the way, I bought a black mist filter for this thing. So there's that. That's why the footage might look slightly different from the last video, in case you're wondering. But I must have sensed a disturbance in the force because this morning I went outside to get ready to do this drive, going to my favorite store, Harbor Freight. And the family across the street that just moved in, they're having a tree taken down. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It's crazy how fast they're getting rid of that tree. Way more efficient than when my neighbors and I got rid of my tree. But yeah, they're wrecking that tree. So I'm looking at it, and then I look on the ground near the truck, and I'm like, oh, there must be some tree bark or something that got over into my yard, based on how this thing looks. It was brown. And I walk up closer, and I'm like, there's fur. There's fur on this thing. And it turns out, actually, I'm gonna put my my switch pod stick on this thing. So there's fur on the ground, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And rumors are true, I guess. There must be some sort of a wild dog or coyote or something that lives in a neighborhood, and it found itself a squirrel last night and didn't finish its meal. So hashtag homeowner problems. Picked up my first dead, hang on, thinking an adjustment. Yeah, this is better. Using the switch pod, by the way. I don't see Peter Flynn really talking about the switch pod. I guess I don't watch Peter Flynn that much anymore. Yeah, picked up my first dead animal. I think ever. No, I picked up a dead rat before. It was a dead mouse that was caught at my aunt's house. There was a dead rat caught at my house, but I think my dad picked it up. So yeah, picked up to clean up the remains of some wild dog's meal. So that was fun. But I was like, oh, maybe that's why I didn't sleep this morning. I could hear the cries of that squirrel overnight. So yeah, let me know in the comments how this Action 5 is doing while driving. Again, right now I'm hand holding it. Before I was holding it just the Action 5 in my hand. Now I have it on the switch pod tripod, little mini tripod. and I mic'd up with my Rode wireless mic. Although maybe right now I'll show you guys what it sounds like on just the onboard audio. But I'm pretty excited for how this thing works. Part of the anxiety I'm having about Comic-Con, it's the same anxiety I have pretty much before every convention now, where I'm trying to think, how am I going to cover it? First of all, I'm trying to think about you guys, like what kind of footage do you want to see, right? Like what's the angle am I taking, right? Am I doing almost like that toy hunt style where I'm just kind of walking and showing you guys things? Or am I doing more of like highlight reel, more of a vlog-ish kind of style? Sorry, somebody was turning off and there was a random tent in this parking lot. Didn't know what's going on. You know, like what's the angle? Like what's the vibe we're going for? So that's part of the anxiety. You know, what lens am I going to be shooting on? I really love shooting up with my 35, but really should the 28 be used? Am I holding the Action 5 while holding the camera and like trying to get you both? What does my phone like get involved with this? Like, that's where my brain really starts to ramp up. You know, how am I gonna get audio for myself? And if I'm talking to somebody, like, do I have to put my shotgun mic on the Action 5? You know, pointed the opposite direction? Is that gonna look stupid? You know, like all sorts of stuff. So that's where my brain was last night. Hang on, just gotta get my GPS back on. There you go. So yeah, that's where the anxiety hits. It's not even like anxiety of going to a con. It's not the anxiety of people. It's not the anxiety of any of that stuff. Like that stuff's just good. It's usually how am I gonna cover it? How am I gonna shoot it? Am I gonna miss out on a way of shooting it? Like if I'm focused on video and not photo, all that stuff. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys ever feel that way, or if you just kind of go into it like whatever. Do you ever take photography at a con? Or are you more of just video? Like video's king. You guys know I love photography, so there's the struggle. Hell, maybe one day at the con I'll just mount this thing onto my camera and do like one of those walking photography shoots. That could be fun. That could be fun. The last thing related to Comic-Con, I was going to talk about Poker Face, but I think I'll talk about that tonight. 8:15-ish p.m. here on the channel, here at Live. I think cosplay-wise, I'm just going to Ghostbuster all 3 days. Take my pack maybe one day, but I think I'm going to Ghostbuster all 3 days, aka Nerdbuster. So if you're not following on Instagram, The Real Nerdbusters, make sure you give us a follow. It's our Ghostbuster fan page. But I'm at the point now where I have to really start concentrating, so I'm going to head out. But let me know how the audio is here. Let me know how the video is here. I'm not going to put any kind of like shaking adjustments on it. It should do it on its own in camera. But, you know, let me know if it's too much. And I will talk to you guys tonight on Hey Archer Live. And if there's time, I doubt it, but if there's time, I'm going to try to go to Walmart and see if I can get myself the Marvel Legends Rhino re-release that JB just posted. See you guys later.